Still got to win, though.
I don't really pay attention to it. I mean, sometimes my teammates might whisper in my ear, like, we need you to get assists, but I play with good players like him, Cole, BC, Kaba, who was all finishing very well. I just look for them, and I feed off of that, and it's just working out.
What maybe changed that allowed you guys to open up the game? It was like back and forth game for most of it. It seemed like at the beginning you guys had more, aggressiveness maybe, but like what changed in your guys' mind?
I feel like we started getting stops. And then, I don't know, I think we played pretty well in the second half here, it seems like. So I'm just getting stops and then, sharing the ball and making shots. That always helps.
How big was it for you guys to get Lawson back, especially defensively, how that made an impact?
I think it was super big. This was his former school. He's a big guy. When he puts his hands up, he gets a lot of deflections and things like that. He moves very well, and he competes. So just getting him back and the extra body to help the bigs out was very, very key.
They kind of fight back there at the end. What kind of changed in that aspect of the game?
Yeah, you always play differently down the stretch, so they're a little bit more on attack, and we did a good job on 2 until the last stretch, and he's a good player, so he's gonna make shots, and but yeah, we did just enough. Some stuff that we got to clean up, but did just enough down the stretch.
How satisfying was it to kind of see more of those free throws get knocked down and get you guys being a little bit even more aggressive there?
Yeah.
Getting to the hoop?
We're a good free throw shooting team, so just for us to make those down the stretch, and usually it doesn't really go that way, I think that's a start to something great to finish off games. We work on our free throws a lot, and guys could step up there and hit them, so they're starting to go in, and the work's paying off.
It's just one game, but it starts a 3-game home stretch against difficult opponents. How important was tonight to be able to start it off that way?
Yeah, it's super important. We haven't lost at home all year, and it's kind of the mentality, just like protect the house. It's kind of corny, but to be here for 3 games, 2 weeks total is, going in next week, it builds a lot of confidence, and yeah, it's gonna be an exciting week for sure.
Well, that's a great bounce-back win for us. Colorado's a very good team. I thought they were playing the best basketball of their season. Coming into tonight, winning 4 of their last 5. They're great. Tad Boyle's an excellent coach. Him and Dana Altman being in this league as long as they have. But they're very well coached. They're very connected. They make life difficult on you. And so really proud of how we did some things tonight. Now, it wasn't, a thing of beauty, but in a lot of people's minds, I'm sure, but a thing of beauty is all about perspective. And, tie game at 31-31 at halftime. I thought we did some things very well. Thought we did some things not so well, but it's hard to win. I don't care what sport you're in, what level you're in. Winning is difficult. Loved how we came out of the locker room at halftime. We scored the ball over 50% in the second half. That's very difficult to do, especially against these guys. But I thought we found kind of a rhythm. I thought we had some guys make some plays. And then we were just better defensively until the very end. We did a good job on Simpson. He ends up with 25, and kudos and credit to him. He gets 10 of them in the last 10 minutes, last 2 minutes. But other than that, I thought we did a really, really good job on him. We made life difficult on De Silva, a returning all-league guy. Those 2 guys are projected first-round picks in the last 2 mock drafts I've looked at. And so they're a load, and they create a lot of different problems for teams. But for De Silva, he's so good. But to be able to hold him 3 for 15, I thought was great. But held their team to 37%. 37.9% for the game, and I thought that's where it really was. I just thought we weren't great defensively the first 12 minutes of the game or so, but from that point on, I thought we really tightened things up and made it very, very difficult for them. And then obviously late in the game, they, kind of willed themselves to have an opportunity there to get back in the game. Got to tighten up some turnovers. 15's too many. Had one bad one late that hurt us. It's great to have Lawson Lovering back. I thought he was outstanding. Played 22 minutes. The guy hasn't done hardly anything for 3 weeks. He just does a lot of things that don't show up in a stat sheet. The way he guards, and you could see it tonight if you're just paying any attention. Some of the things that he can do out there just really helps us on that end of the floor. Had a humongous offensive rebound put back where he got fouled. I know he missed the free throw, but that was I thought a key play in that game. And then last thing, Davon, close to a triple-double again. And I just thought he played very in control with good pace. You got to tighten up some of those turnovers. We got to help him with that. But made some plays for us. And then Gabe got going tonight, which was good to see. Gabe, you get to this time of year, and there's always guys that are beat up. And we did some things with Gabe this week to just try to help him kind of, because he's a targeted man. I mean, every night their teams are going after him, but I thought it helped us. And then last thing, we had a great week this week. We did. It was a long road trip last week. We were out for, I think that trip we were out for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, flew home Sunday. So 6 days on the road, 12 straight days that we were doing something with basketball. I think taking 2 days off was really big for us, both mentally and physically, to just try to get our bodies right. But we had 3 very good days of practice, kind of went back to the basics. But I thought our guys just gave everything we had, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I just think it was all 3 of those, and I thought it showed, and we found a way to win tonight.
The game, was pretty much back and forth for much of the day. I don't think any team led by more than 5 until you guys finally pushed it out. What kind of change, or what do you think changed that led to you guys being able to kind of take advantage of that lead?
Well, we got up by 12 in that second half, and I thought it was back and forth clearly. And then we kind of had that little separation. I can't remember how we got the 2. But then we went up 12 where Hunter Erickson hit that 3 in the corner. Gabe got loose. We actually had Davon out, and Gabe was bringing it up, kind of pulls it out, jump stops, hits Cole. And then Cole, drives baseline and made a great read and found Hunter, who sprinted to the corner. We always say baseline drive, baseline drift, and Hunter stepped in. I thought Hunter played really good. I thought Hunter did some very good things for us. Once he got in that second half, I don't think we took him out. Hunter is a physical, rugged kid. He's not used to playing that long of minutes. At one time, he was gassed late. I mean, we had a few guys that were really, really tired late. But I just thought I don't know that it was one play. It just felt like it was a series of plays where we just but the key for this is we got to get defensive stops. It's hard to separate if you can't guard. And that's where we really honed in on the defensive end this week. We honed in on both sides of the ball, of course, but really honed in defensively, and I thought we really got better. I thought it was really easy to see in practice. Do we have work to do? Of course we do. But it helped getting the big fella back. It does make a difference. And now when you can throw Lawson out there and you can throw Caba out there and go back and forth and keep guys fresh, you can just wear teams down, and you still have the ability to slide BC over to the 5 when you need to, which we just did for just a little bit today. But I thought our bench was big. Jake Wallin didn't play in the second half, but I thought he gave us very good minutes, guarded De Silva some in that first half. He's just big, long, and he was able to make some Gator plays out there, which was good to see.
Your free throw shooting today better than it's been in.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Just your thoughts on that, after the recent struggles and being able to hit enough of those down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be able to get to the line. Obviously, late in the game when they were fouling on purpose to, the one-on-one, we had, I think, 3 one-on-ones there, and we were able to capitalize on all those. And, I just think sometimes that stuff is contagious. But at the same time, I know it's crazy to say this. I think we're a good free throw shooting team. I do. I know we haven't shown that, and you got to be able to show that when you're on the floor. But I feel very confident in those guys. Every single one of those guys that went to the line down the stretch, we felt very, very good and comfortable with the ball in their hands. So, but it was a big key tonight to be able to make them and also get to the line, 20 times.
It seems like more than anything now your big guys have learned really how to transition defense really well, come off guys. Are you starting to see a little bit more of that, or has that kind of always been there? You just haven't had bodies to be able to kind of really get it.
With our transition defense, we've gotten way better since the Arizona trip, as a team, as a whole. And big guys is a big key to it. We have very big, fast, and mobile bigs that have good instincts. So when your bigs can beat the other team's bigs down the floor, not only are they getting anything at the rim, but we can effectively, you're double teaming the ball, essentially. So that's a big part of transition defense. The other part, we're not where we need to be yet, but we are talking more than we had a month ago. But we still have a ways to go on that in terms of our communication consistently, specifically with our guards.
Of the changes that you made with Gabe this game, what do you think was the most effective to get him some more looks?
Well, we did put in some new things that I think will help him. And it's not just getting shots, it's just getting more touches, right? He just needs to touch the ball more. It's hard when you're a really good shooter and sometimes you don't get the ball as much as you would want or like, and just touching the ball at times keeps you in a rhythm of the game, and it just keeps your mindset right. But it's not only that, we made him take some time off to get his legs. He's just, this guy's relentless. The guy's in the gym I hate to say this, but we have to make him take days off, and he doesn't like it, which is what you love about him, right? That's one of the things you love about him. I mean, this dude just lives in the gym, and that's not an exaggeration. So but sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees, and we just said that you have to be smart, and he did, and he knew it, I think, and I just thought he had a lot more juice to him today on both sides of the ball, and he did a great job. We put him on a lot of different guys defensively. He's come from a guy a year ago where you tried to hide. I mean, not consistently hide, but try to hide him a little bit, whereas now, he's become a good defensive player for us. And I thought he did a good job on multiple guys tonight.
This began a difficult 3-game stretch at home. I know you don't want to take stock into one game, but how important was it to start this home stretch with a win like this?
Well, it's huge. I mean, it's huge. At this time of the year, when you're in the back half of league play and you're in the back third of your season, and you're kind of entering the, it's proverbial. It's how you look at it. It's perspective, but it's the dog days. I mean, these dudes have been going hard for a long period of time, and when you're coming off, the way we performed last week, it's hard. So you got to be able to regroup and regather yourself. We have a great locker room. We're not perfect, but we have a great locker room. So it was big to get this one. And now we got a really tough, stretch, obviously, this week with the Arizona schools coming in. And we're going to have to be really on point with both of these teams to give ourselves a chance to win. But it'll be good for them to be off tomorrow. We got to have another good week of practice. And it's no secret sauce. There's no secret recipe. I felt like our practice time last week, we actually had 14 guys in practice for 2 straight days, which it's been a long time since we've had 14 guys. And I don't want to overstate that, but it's true. So we actually got quality reps where we can work on things. And it's amazing what that does for a team.
Anything else?
How close is Raleigh?
I'm guessing he's going to be a little while still. I don't have a definitive. I can't tell you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 week. But he's got some time still where he's going to have to get that thing right.
Any other questions? Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. Go Utes. Enjoy your Saturday evening.
Don't worry.